So BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. Can you give me a sound check, mic check, to let me know if you can hear me, see me okay? I'm just going to bring the mic up a little bit. I know we had some issues last time we had a live, so I'm just trying to make sure that everything's clear. Can we have a check with everybody that the internet is clear as well, please, Seth? Yeah, can you do me a favour, please? Can you just turn off that light there for me, please? I forgot to turn it off. Can you remind Cafe as well? So, if we could just all have an internet check, see what the quality of the internet is like. So, everybody, hey, Baraka blessings. Hey, how you doing? How are you doing this afternoon? Well, this evening. Look at me, forgetting time. Forgetting the time. It's here in Africa, and today's topic is called Why Africa. I got asked that question, quite interesting. So, bless up, sister. That's Patricia from New York. Hey, Baraka, where are you from? And how are you? Patricia says she's fine. Good to hear from you. Always great to see you. Hey, Wendy, I know you're here. We had a great lunch the other day. Good to see you. Italist, good vibes, one love. Yeah. Thank you for joining BlaXit on tonight's live. Glad to have you here as always. BlaXit, we are expanding, we are growing. So let me know if you can hear me okay, and let me know where you're actually hailing from, so I know what reach we have. Wayne, big yourself up for your lovely comments. I'm hoping we can get some and also some stickers tonight. That'll be really nice because I'm actually going to be launching an appeal very shortly on the channel, which I'll tell you all about. Aminata Kamara, hailing from East London. Wow, that sounds like a Gambian name. But greetings, yeah, I'm going to say Naka Godsibi, because it's the evening to you. How are you? Patricia says, I'm originally in the UK like you, but not considering to be British. I'm African-born, Jamaican parents. Beautiful. Absolutely. That's what we are. We are Africa. So African. So why Africa? And why African? That's the question. I'll see if anyone can join me. So I'm going to put the link out now. I want you to not just sit there in the comments, but I actually want you to join me on the show. So I'm going to put it out there right now. Sorry, just paste. There we are. So I'm going to put it in the comments. I'm also going to put it in the screen. I'm also going to put it in the private chat as well, so that you can see it. Also want to say hello to the whole of the BlaXit crew, the BlaXit team, BlaXit family out there as well. Those who make it happen. Thank to everybody that is a part of the team. Thanks to the expected. And thank you to Seth, of course, and Catherine, and of course, making everything. So, as you know, the team, the production. What was I about to say now? One that I missed out. I apologise. I've missed your name. Greetings. You can hear me. Nothing. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because I'm just trying to put it in the private chat at the same time as I'm talking. So, trying to what do they call it? Multitask. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to talk about the topic, why Africa? Why should you choose Africa to go home to? Why should you go to Africa? What is about Africa that's so special? And I'll say, people have asked me, why did you go to Africa? Just like point blank. Like I was even asked this week, which is why the topic has come to play. And I realised I sat there and I answered the question, and come on. Sorry. See, as I'm talking, I'm not doing the right thing. Oh, here we are. right? So when they asked me why Africa, I realized I went into a whole blur and like really long conversation. So I put it in the project now as to why Africa when I was asked. And then I realized that it's probably something that I should talk about more often. In fact, a colleague, I've got to say a big thank you and a big hello to my thoughts on everything. I'm actually working on something that he sent me, which is great. And, I want to say a big thank you to him. Big thank you to Woda Maya, of course, who's my inspiration, and also the person who started the channel in the first place. So I want to say a big thank you to them. And of course, everybody that's been involved in the whole process of BlaXit, Adrian, everybody else. I want to say a big thank you to you, McConnell, and also, of course, Usman Toure, and a lot of different people that have really inspired and helped us to be where we are today. So let's have a look. Comments. There we are, back. Right. Oh, I missed a lot of people. I'm so sorry. Shiva Nima, how are you? How are you, Shiva Nima? Hey, Kimari, how are you there in the Midlands in the UK? Let's have a look. Someone said the connection is weak and breaking up. I wonder if it's the fan. Hang on. Some of this makes a difference. No one's on the internet, so it should be all right, so far as I know. I don't know if there are any other devices that are connected. Weak connection, weak connection, weak connection. Hello, BlaXit. Hi, and Mark Junius. Hello, Lewiston S. Hello, Tara Jate. And 08666. How are you? So, Tommy, you say you have a weak connection. You see, I can't see it on my side. It looks perfectly clear from where I am. So I can't actually see. So let me know what you're experiencing. It says my line is breaking up. Steph, I'm not sure if it's this mic. I'm going to pull out this mic and then you tell me if you can hear me. Okay, hang on. Can you hear me now? And is it breaking up? Thank you, Patricia. Can you hear me now? And is it breaking up? I mean, obviously your line is breaking up. You see, it doesn't look like that on my end. So I don't know what to do. The router's fine. The signal is fine on my end. Signal's fine on my end. Oh, you can hear me. Perspective said it's breaking up, but you can hear me. So as long as you can hear me, I think that's the main thing. And now it says my sound isn't clear enough, and now I'm breaking up. So, Seth, maybe we should change mics again, please. Kath, I'm live. Seth? Seth? Can we change mics again? Seth? Quickly, because it's like, I'm not sure what's going on, but they're saying that it's breaking up, and they're also saying check my mic. I'm just going to change mics. Okay. I'm just going to change mics and see if that helps. No, they're saying it's the mic. I'm saying change the actual mic. Okay, try it now. Can you hear me now? Is it any better now? Said much better. Ah, so it was the lead. So get rid of that lead then. If it's not working, so we're using it again. Oh, so you said continue. It's fine. Okay, great. So I hope one of you will be joining me today on the show. I don't want to be sitting here on my own. It'll be good to have company to discuss this very important topic. And like I said, someone asked me why should they choose Africa? And why am I doing what I do? And am I being realistic? People actually leave their jobs in the West and leaving their homes and oh, maybe it's your connection. Could be. Who knows? It could be mine as well, because mine was fine. I don't know. But anyway, so one of the things that I went to diatribe about was, the reasons. And recently, your thoughts on everything. He sent me a video which has been which was done my interview, my first interview with Oda Meyer, which has been cut and spliced and used on TikTok. And I was surprised because when I saw it, it had 2.6 million views. Now, 2.6 million views means to me that it resonates. I mean, I knew it had lots of millions of views before, but obviously this is quite recent, which means that the message is resonating. And, I'm just me, I'm just Juliet, and I'm Nyancho. I'm Nyancho Kajabi, everybody. So we've now reached that number, so I should do my introduction. If you're new to BlaXit, welcome. BlaXit is the channel that's dedicated to your repatriation, your mind emancipation and reinvestment back in abilities of you finding that alternative life, the freedom that you yearn for, that life always deserved but never had. That is what BlaXit is dedicated to, and I'm your host. My name is Nyancho Kajabi, and otherwise known as Juliet, and I'll be with you on tonight's live, and we can ask the important question: why Africa? Why did I choose Africa? And why is everybody coming back to Africa? And when I say I'm not just talking about people from African descendants or from the Caribbean or from America. I'm talking about people. Let's break it up again. I'm sorry about this. I'm just going to go to continue, and hopefully we'll just try and waddle through. So Patricia said the West speak negative things about the African continent, but Africa has some glamorous homes that we don't see in the West. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if anyone's been to Albania before. I've been to Albania and other places in Eastern Europe, and the fact that Africa, like when I saw it, it was like war torn. It was many years ago, so it might change now, but at the time when I was there, I was, wow, I've been to Africa, and Africa was amazing. And then I was just like, wow, this is not, what I expected for a so-called, Western country to have it. Yeah, so my voice is skipping. Okay. Don't know what to quite do about this. Let's try bringing the mic a bit closer. If not, maybe we should have changed the mic, Seth. Mic. So I think I'll just change the mic. So I'm going to try and change the mic. I'm not sure if it's stream or if it's the internet. I'm not sure. But we're going to try and fiddle about and see what we can do to improve it. It's usually great. So who's invested in 5G in Africa? Check the connection. Yeah, I'm going to check the connection. Actually, let me look on my phone to see how it works. Just spin. 1 second. Is anything on the internet, please? Are you sure? I'm just having a quick look to see what you see. So I'm just going on smartphone, so bear with me 1 second, please. Okay, I'm just tuning in, see. Okay, from where I am, it seems fine. Okay. Yeah, I do see that the sound is choppy though. Yeah, it might be the mic. Yeah, I do see that the sound is choppy though. Yeah, Gav, can you stop the noise in the kitchen for me? Or close the door for me, please. Yeah, I do see that sound choppy. Yeah, Gav, can you stop the noise in the kitchen for me? Close the door for me, please. Yeah, I do see that sound choppy. Okay, so I see what you're experiencing now. Okay, so I see what you're experiencing now. I don't know where the background noise is coming from because can you hear all that background noise? Very strange. Do you hear that? I think it must be the microphone. Are we ready? We're going to try and change microphones. I think there's a problem with this one. Don't use this one anymore, please. Let me take this microphone. I just realised it's ridiculously in live. I'm just changing my. Is that the way to take it off this way? No. It's not. Okay, cool. We're just changing microphones. If this microphone will work. Did you plug it in yet? Let's try and plug it in. Plug this one out. Not that one. This one. Which one?
This one is.
Oh, plug it in. Okay. Where does it get plugged in? All right, we're trying back to the old faithful mic. Just make it a bit tighter. Can you hear me now, please? Just let me know. Is it working now? Okay, yeah, no, there's definitely a delay. Okay, I'm going to try you anyway. So, if there is a delay, I do apologise. So it's just one of those things, unfortunately. I'll check my Wi-Fi connection and see what's going on. Maybe it's a problem with the antenna. But anyway, I'm here now, and I just wanted to say, when someone asked me why Africa, and obviously that TikTok video is now trending. So I think that means a lot. That interview with Road Maya is still circulating, and so it means that something that I said with some of us. Let me know if you can hear me. To return. He's going to join the On Tonight show. Yeah, Patricia Matthews says that African leaders come together and chase the foreigners that are focused on building African continent as so that we can be the next superpower and all diaspora children can come home. Wow, powerful words, powerful words. It's cutting off bit by bit. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know whether to change computer. I've got no idea what to do. So at this stage, I'm just going to leave it as it is because I think if I change computer, I have to look at a whole new stream. So, if someone could try and join me on the stream, it might give me an idea of if it's my. Everyone's complaining, but even when I went on there, all right, so I abandon the show or I continue. So let's take a vote. Do I abandon the show because it's choppy and it's breaking up and we'll try and do it another day, or do we continue and see if it improves? Let me know. If I could try and join me live, please, so I can just do the best I can. Okay, so let's just launch into the topic. Let's just show greetings and try to go. You're a Love Bla Xit family member. How are you? Oh, don't worry about it. Milton is nice to bring you on so we can see. Hi, Milton. Just waiting to bring you in from backstage. So bear with me a second. I need to change of the screen. Okay, I'm mute.
People who are in abusive relationships and basic help. Advocates for domestic violence survivors say the topic of a serious conversation of abuse and allegations.
There's a bit of a language
Respectful, with millions watching on the.
There we go. Milton.
Yes, can you hear me?
Us? I can hear.
I can hear you now.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are
Welcome
you?
to. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you? You still breaking up just a bit. Just a bit.
Okay. I'll talk really slowly.
Okay. So, what is the theme of today's show?
Why Africa?
Why Africa?
Choose Africa? Why come to Africa? You know,
Okay.
I've had so many things from people say to me, you know, why would you leave England and go to Africa? Why would people say leave America where they have all these fringe benefits and our ancestors worked so hard? You know, why would you tell people to leave? I had this debate to also this is a topic.
Well, this is a very interesting topic to me. But you're still breaking up very, very badly. I want to hear everything you have to say. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It looks like you're frozen. You're frozen and I can't hear you. I think I'll leave and then come back in. I think I'll leave and then come back in. Maybe I'll get a better connection.
Okay, we're trying again. We've changed machines. So Milton, let me add you. What's wrong? It's already there, the mic. It's already there. You've moved the camera angle totally too wide. Sit. Okay, we're back. Let's try. No.
Hello?
Can you hear me now? How is it? Is it better?
This is much better.
Okay, great. We changed computer. So we'll stick to this one.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So continue, because I interrupted you while you were speaking.
Well, going along with the theme of the show, why Africa? Whenever you make a big move, there has to be motivations. And so maybe some people have motivations like I have, because here in the United States, I mean, I remember when you said why you left and everything, but here in the United States, there is an uneasiness, but then there is the conflict of comfortability. So there are two aspects of motivations. There's an aspect to stay, and there's an aspect to leave. I feel like, this is my personal feeling, I feel like there's an exodus coming, but it's not exactly here yet. But those people who leave early are going to benefit more, and those people who leave later are going to benefit less. But when you do leave, you're going to need to have in your mind to make a transition and to adapt to a new land. And that's what's going to be the biggest challenge. So when we think about why Africa, it has to be a certain connection either to roots or to the land or to the people. And that's why I've been trying to find those roots, to find that connection. But I'm all the way on the other side of the United States. I'm in California. So that's why I like to watch your show and a few others to find that connection. Because there's Liberia, there's Ghana, of course, the Gambia, and different places that are of very dear interest. But without having gone there, because I haven't had the fortune of going to Africa yet and actually being there. Can you help me out a little?
I hear where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I hear where you're coming from, and I think like when you go and you experience, especially when you look at places like Nairobi, places in Kenya, when you look at places in Tanzania, when you look at different places all over Africa, particularly developed areas, even South Africa and other countries and Ghana and so on, and then you liken them and you look at other places and you realize, hang on a minute, and remember, Morocco is still in Africa, Egypt is still in Africa, all of these places are all still in Africa. And when you see that you could be anywhere in the world and you're still in Africa, even here in Gambia, I did a program recently about going to an optician's, and I want to say a big up to iFocus team as well, to Santana and Ariel, and to Lawrence as well. Last night we had a great conference call to kickstart the iFocus, the eyesight project to help relieve people with issues with it's for corrective eyewear. And so it's brilliant. So we did that yesterday. I'm really sorry. Can you stop opening and closing the door for me, please? Because I am doing a live. Thank you. So, yeah, I just want to sort of big them up while I'm on this subject. So I went to the optician, and I got an email from somebody, and they were saying that thanks for showing, because we didn't think that obviously, the opticians and getting your ears tested were in, the same kind of facilities that we have in the West. So what's keeping us from, leaving? When you go to other places, look at Nigeria, look at Lagos, look at Port Harcourt, look at Abuja. Yeah, look at places, look at even parts of Senegal, all over Africa. And people are giving you this misnomer like that's not what Africa is. And the perception of Africa has been mispainted. It has been misrepresented. And I think that is what really hurts me, is the misrepresentation of Africa, because no two places in Africa are the same. And so they keep painting this whole picture of Africa like it's just one place, when it's not. It's made up of how many different countries? 54 different countries. Yeah?
Okay.
54 different countries, and they're all different. You can't compare Chad to Guinea. You can't compare, parts of South Africa to Mauritius. They're all different. They're all different, and they are amazing places. You can't compare Zimbabwe. Even, a friend of mine went to Zimbabwe and sent me some pictures back. I said, that is Zimzima. And they said, yeah, it was so developed. The way that they made it sound like, Zimbabwe's had all of these sanctions and it hasn't developed, and the farmers and this. And then when I saw the video images, I just said to myself, wow, this is not what I was, led to believe. When I've been recently looking at footage of Nigeria, it is just, wow. It compares to any modern city in the West. So, why have we been convinced otherwise? Because of the perception of what they put on the news and in media. And I showed this even on the last program when we did, I did a comparative, and I went online and I actually showed the fact that they actually just put out these particular types of stories. If it's not famine, it's war. If it's not conflict, if it's not war, then it's got to be a conflict. If not, then it's poverty. If it's not, then it's disease. And this is the method of which they have used in order to propagate Africa. And so, when you say, why Africa? Because Africa is amazing. Africa has everything. Africa is the food basket of the world. Africa feeds the whole world. I need to read some of these comments as well. Oh, thank you so much, Ebony. Look at Ethiopia. Yeah, Addis Ababa. Yeah, I mean, come on. Look at the fact that Africa has only been independent for how long? Look at Ghana. Look at Accra. What are we really missing? And this is the thing. Someone said, oh, but what about state-of-the-art healthcare? Come on, there are private hospitals here too.
Well, the thing is,
there are great doctors here too. In fact, a lot of the doctors are actually going to the West. Where do you think they come from? Africa. Where do you think they trained? Africa.
The thing is, we need more shows like yours, and we need for you to get around and show us the views, because we're over here and it's a major undertaking just to go maybe to one city in one country. But how will we ever really get to know the panorama of the homeland? Um, the only way I know about the Gambia is from you.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. I mean, you know, um, with social media now, I'm actually going to launch my TikTok. It's called BlaXit.Juliet. Yeah. So I'm going to be making more videos across more platforms to spread the message because I didn't realize I was so popular on TikTok, to be honest with you. And I said to someone, why would I have a TikTok? They said, you're already all over TikTok. Don't you know you're getting millions of views? I said, I am. And so I want to use it to spread the message more. So it's important because what it is that there's absolutely nothing you don't have in the West that you can't have in Africa. Nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. You just
Well,
have to
can I
choose
just
the country that you go to. If you go to South Africa or if you go to, for example, I don't know, even Kenya or wherever you want to go to, yeah, any of especially the developed areas, Addis Ababa and so on, you will see that it's almost the same. Look at Rwanda. Look at Kigali.
well,
Amazing places, amazing places. All we have to do is travel. And I know it's hard because what it is they got us in like a honey trap. They got us in a honey trap. And it's very hard to get out because financially it's difficult for you to travel. They make the fares to Africa extraordinarily high for no apparent reason. Absolutely none. Sometimes the mileage to go to Africa and the Caribbean is exactly the same, but the fares are half the price. You know?
yeah,
Because they don't mind us going back to the plantation, but they don't want you to come off the plantation.
that's right.
So
Yeah.
this is sorry.
Well, can I just add one thing or interject one thing? Your celebrity in our community is growing, and I know people. You're going to grow. Your celebrity, I mean, is going to grow. It's not just TikTok. There probably would be a good idea to have maybe an online, like I subscribe to your web page, but you yourself don't have an online magazine, which would be great, so that you can highlight these places, so that even if we can't get there, we can at least know something about it, even before like we come. And then I saw that you had hooked up some, like when people get there, there's like a little tour. I think it was around certain parts of Gambia and different places. Um, More of that information would be great too, and the costs of everything, and
Sure.
to keep up with. The Gambia had a thing about a return, but then I was listening out for it, but I never did hear anything about what the deal that you guys were negotiating, how it came out. I did hear about the one in Ghana, but I haven't heard about any of the other ones.
Well, like I said, my brother from another mother, Dynasty May, is doing very well in Sierra Leone.
Hmm.
Ghana, Dr. Kambara and Dr. Kambon are doing, Dr. Kambon, sorry, and Dr. Milana are doing incredibly well there with the
Hmm.
project. We're also making headway here as well. And I don't want to talk about it too much. And I'm going to tell you as for why, because, there's a place called Haterville.
Okay.
And they seem to all live in this, it's that you got Amityville. Do you remember Amityville Horror House? Like,
Hmm.
and those
Hmm.
horror films. And they all seem to live in Haterville, and there's so much Haterville that's going on. And I don't realize, to be honest with you, I live in my own little bubble. And so I don't realize, the popularity that exists around BlaXit, to be fair.
Hmm.
And then so I didn't understand the jealousy, I didn't understand the envy, I didn't understand the hater and lies. Because like even recently someone sent me a video and said, oh my gosh, Juliet, are you all right? And I was like, why? And they said, oh, I heard that you got punched in the face. I'm like, who by? And I'm like, when was this?
Wow.
And so it's just like people just go and talk for the sake of talking. I said, no, no one's punched me in my face. Who told you that? And I
Hmm.
said, why didn't you ask me? Why are you listening to people online? How ridiculous is that? Do they live here? And I said,
Hmm.
you know, this is the thing. This is the thing. You know, people can sometimes, you know, take misinformation or not even misinformation, just outright lies and
Hmm.
conjecture and peddle it as the truth. And nobody asked me. No one saw me. And I even said that I was punched in the face by anybody. And why would I be? How ridiculous. What kind of crazy proposition is that? Have I ever had someone try to film me without my permission? Yes, of course. Yeah. And I've actually said, please don't do it. I'm not really, filming at the moment, or I'm not in the mood, or what have you. And some people responded politely and some people didn't. That's just how it is. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem. The main thing for me is that, we're able to get the message out. So I don't mind doing impromptu interviews or shout outs or do what have you, as long as it helps to get the message out that, Africa is the place for us. And why Africa? Africa is one, you can live and survive here. And that is what is so important. Okay. One of the things that I really hated about being in the West is something called a mortgage. Yeah.
Hmm.
Something called a mortgage. And they say, what they call it, it's a dead debt. It's a death debt. You have it till you die.
Hmm.
You're working your whole life to pay off for this house. Your whole
Hmm.
life. And then all it takes is a lack of taxes and they can take it away from you. A lack of a payment of taxes in America and they can take everything that you have worked for your whole entire life away from you. So that's
Hmm.
why Africa. Why Africa? Because you can build your house and own it.
Hmm.
And as long as, like I said, you build in the right place and you do all the correct, procedures, there's nothing wrong with you having your own home and being mortgage free. Yeah, there's nothing nice than waking up mortgage free.
Hmm.
And so you don't have that debt, you don't have rent, you don't have that around your neck where you're worrying about, whether you're going to be able to pay the mortgage this month or whether you're going to be able to pay the rent this month. And that's really important in terms of just your mindset when you wake up in the morning, how you feel. That's why Africa. Yeah.
One thing I would like to tell you about is here recently. I was in. You know where Tijuana is? Tijuana, Mexico.
I've been to Mexico actually,
Okay.
but I went to Mexico City.
Okay. This is Tijuana, which is just across the border from San Diego. Is where I was at. And when I went there, the poverty was there was very much poverty. There was I did go to a nice area, but that was very, very exclusive. And I even saw some people who were from Haiti, and they were there begging at the border. And
Oh,
I thought it was tragic. They were trying to chase the dream America and got stuck at the border and couldn't get across. And there's so much of a lie on the other side of the border that people dream of just getting across to get to a better life, when there's so much involved in this quote better life that is really not a better, like you preach all the time. It's a whole bunch of a facade of a dream that your life is going to be that much better. That's why I'm determined to see Africa, because once I really got a good feel. I mean, I've been to Tijuana before, but this time I was looking at it with different eyes, and I had a good feel of it. And to see the people and even as you go further down south, I know for a fact that, and the reason why I bring that up is because I know people who left the United States, moved to places like Tijuana because they couldn't afford to live in the United States anymore, because
Wow.
they'd become older seniors and they couldn't work like they could when they were young. The Social Security only pays them barely enough to live, and not enough to live in the places where they were working at. They have to move to places that they don't want to move to, so they end up moving to places like Tijuana. And there are a lot of expatriates in Tijuana, a lot. And so a lot of them may not want to, because of the idea of Africa is so vague. A lot of Black people don't know about it. They would rather move to a place where they can drive to. They can drive to Tijuana, go across the border, and they're there. But it takes a major commitment of mind to move across the world, basically. And that's why you need information. There are a lot of expatriates that move to San Jose, Costa Rica, and in that area. But I was surprised. There's some African Americans in Tijuana. There are I can't give you a number, but there is a large amount. And why they would choose Tijuana, I don't know. I guess
The
because
thing is that I hear you. The thing is that we face a lot of discrimination no matter where we go. Okay, even in Mexico, because in Mexico as well, I noticed quite a few things. I went to different places, and one of the things that I did notice was the barrios, and the barrios were so bad. And what I'm talking about is mountains and mountains of shanty towns, shacks that people were living in. The poverty was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely, like whole mountains, like it looked like whole hills and mountains just full of. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Never seen anything like it in my life. Just full of like, makeshift homes all on top of one another.
what I noticed was
And
the filth and the smell. That's what bothered me.
oh,
The
and
filth
then
and
down the road, you'll see like a Porsche, like showroom down the road, across
the.
the way. And it was just like the poverty and the wealth were like this. And it was really an uncomfortable feeling. And I didn't feel really safe in Mexico at all, And the thing is that, I called England a dump, okay? And I was, I received accolade, and I also received criticism for saying it. But I saw so much homelessness in the UK, so much homelessness, so much prostitution, drug use. I remember being a student, and whilst being a student, I was working, doing some, outdoor catering. And one of the guys who bought some food from us, he sat down, and he must have injected heroin into his ankle, and he OD'd and died on the spot. And people were just walking past this dead man. And then I noticed that he was still for a while, and I thought that doesn't look too healthy. So, I went over to check, and I realized that he'd passed away. But what I'm trying to show you is that that's the kind of society where someone can just die and no one bats an eyelid. Cases where,
One one case that I know of personally is of a 36-year-old, mother, black mother from the Caribbean, and she had an autistic son. I think he was about 6 or 7 at the time, and she was a student and she was studying, and somehow she just died in her sleep. And her autistic, and it's stress, right? If I tell you about the amount of people I know that died in the UK, I'm going to be honest with you. This is why Africa also. People can talk about, oh, people dying in Africa, but I can tell you, my mom's sister, my aunt died of breast cancer. My stepfather died of prostate cancer. I can go through so many people that have passed away from cancer and other illnesses, and it is just unbelievable. And people that just died, and we don't even know the real cause of death, just sitting down eating their dinner and just died. That happened to a friend of mine's brother just before I left England. And it was this lady anyway. It was her autistic son that was found wandering down the street. He found his way out.
Hello? Hello?
You don't know? Sorry, BlaXit family. I thought it was a battery. I think it's this. I think it's that. Can't find out what went wrong. Just weird. It's like automatically poof. Anyway, you know what it's like. Yeah. Kwame, how are you? I'm back. So, okay, so let's hope that we'll stay on topic. So I was just explaining that while I was in England, I saw a lot of tragedy, a lot of sadness, and a lot of issues. And so far as things are concerned, yeah, thank you, Seth, for your help with the technical side. Not sure what happened because the computer's on 84%, it just turned itself off. But we'll see. Yeah. So I just saw a lot of tragedy, a lot of things happening as well, which prompted me also to go to Africa and to, you know, as they say, take your chances. But sorry, I'm just live. Can I call you back? Yeah, thanks. Bye. Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent. Sometimes I put it on silent and then I forget to turn it back on and you say, oh, I called you. And then I say, oh, you did? I didn't hear the phone ring. And then I realized it was still on silent from the live. So I was saying that, you know, so her autistic son was basically found wandering down the road, and that's how they discovered her corpse. And this is so sad. And there are so many other cases of other people which have been discovered like that, especially the young girl with the asthma who had an asthma attack and they didn't find her body. I think it was for 3 years, something like that. And so this happens in the West, you know, the lack of caring, the lack of consideration. If anything happened, my neighbors would know there was something wrong, you know? And so that's the difference as well, as living in a community. And I think that that's a big difference between living in Africa and living in the West. In addition to that, you know, I was just talking about the fact that the mortgage and also the fact that they can still, you know, take your home away from you. Especially, can you imagine, you spend your whole life trying to earn this house, yeah? And you could be like 5 years away from payments and you could do something like lose your job, something as simple as that. And you can't afford to pay the mortgage. Next thing you know, all of what you've worked for, you've nearly lost it. You might get some equity back, yeah? But I don't even know, like I said, you know, how we even cope. And I know, like, some people say, okay, look, they're stuck in the benefits trap. How do they get out? You know, and why should I leave the comfort of disability benefits or the comfort of unemployment benefits and getting a council house or getting social housing, yeah, in order to come to Africa to an unknown or, for example, you know, an undefinite, if you like, situation. Well, the difference is that you're on a dependency situation, and that dependency precludes you from having to do what you want and to be free. For example, I know in England, they will put you on sanctions, sanction you. If you didn't go to the job centre at a certain time and show that you've done applications for certain jobs, they would sanction you and stop your money anyway. You know, I remember reading in the newspaper when I was there of people who committed suicide together because they were so poor they didn't want to live anymore. I used to work and help and volunteer. Sorry, Clapping, turn that down for me, please. I used to help work and volunteer and help with the homeless. And so I used to see, you know, honestly, poverty, degradation. I used to see it used to bring tears to my eyes. I used to see some of our sisters who were sitting down on a pavement, who had nowhere to go, no money, no food, in England, in the cold. Yeah. And I would find money to go and put them in a hotel, right? I would use my own money. Listen, when I tell you, you know, I saw a homeless woman, one woman, that she had been raped so many times that her eyes were so empty. Every time she saw a man, she would run and try and hide in a corner. because of poverty. And this happens. I remember I used to go to Stratford Centre where a lot of homeless people used to sleep at night. And just been joined here. Hang on. Look who it is. It's the BlaXit business partner. Hey, how are you?
Fine, fine. You all right?
Thank you so much for the super sticker and cash a super sticker from Annette Forbes. Thank you very much. I'm just going to show that on the screen. Thank you very much. Hey, so perspective, how's things? How far?
Fine, fine. I'm all right. How's Gambia?
Oh, Jamarek is great here. I'm absolutely loving it, enjoying myself. Yeah. And Shiba Nima, everybody's working really hard on different projects. You seem to be obsessed. I think you need to ask less questions about other people's private affairs. Anyway, so do share and tell us, why Africa? Why should people move to Africa? Where are you right now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, come again. I didn't hear you. Said what?
I said, where are you?
Okay, I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in the southern part of Nigeria. Port Harcourt, southern part of Nigeria. A very beautiful place to visit. There's the oil-rich.
Really? Tell us about Port Harcourt. Why Africa? Why Africa? Why should people come and live in Africa?
Okay, you're free from bills. You're free from bills. You're free from the loop. You know, from my exposure to African descendants, right? Everybody's clocking in. Everybody's trying to get an extra job, right? Because you have to keep up with the right from your past video you did with Maya talking about how England is a dump. I learned a lot of things from there, right? Because you expose a lot of truth in reality. You said a lot of things, right? How you just go around in circles, right? It's like you said trinkets and you said something about trinkets and technology, right? You say something about trinkets and technology don't make that people do make the society. Say something like I can't
exactly
remember
word for word perfectly well.
I watched that video like 3 to 4 times. So Africa, down here in Nigeria, it's you're free from a lot of opportunities and you're free from the loop, right? It gives you opportunity to think because there are a lot of opportunities here. A lot of opportunities, agriculture, fintech, any value chain you look for any category of business, there are opportunities there. So Africa is a place to be. Africa is a place to be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've seen some images of Port Harcourt, and I saw like a place. I think it was called, is it Genesis or something beginning with G? Like a food place.
Genesis is a fast food. Yes.
Is it Genesis? Yes.
Genesis, yes. Yeah, Genesis is a fast food. It's owned by a Nigerian. It's like how you have King Baker in the Gambia. Very big. He has outlets. He should have over 50 outlets all over Nigeria. Yeah, over 50 outlets, if not more. Yeah, it's owned by a Nigerian. So he has malls.
So what I'm trying to say is, in when you're in the West, you think that the big movers and shakers, they have to be European, but in Africa, this is when you realize that the movers and shakers, they look like you. The successful businessmen and businesswomen, they look like you. The potential is there for business and also for development. In my recent interview with Woda Mai, that's one of the things I said. I've had more success in 3 years since being here in the Gambia than I had in my whole career of being in the UK. And the reason why is because you can actually make your own niche. You can create your own reality. You can manifest your own success. You can, really work hard. You can make your passion your job. And your job is your passion and working towards it. If you want to grow food, I don't know if it's breadfruit or, it could be apples, it could be oranges, limes, mangoes. You can make a living from it. And yeah, please do smash the like button for me, family. Thank you, Guarda9. Yeah. And I think that is so, 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 so important. I am actually going to Nigeria very soon. I'm just sorting out some affairs because I do want to go and film and to show the development and to show the possibilities and also to show the culture and the natural beauty that exists there in Nigeria. And particularly, I want to go to some parts of Lagos. If I can get to Abuja, I'd like to go there as well. And definitely spend at least a few days in Port Harcourt. Of course, if you'll be my guide.
Yeah, when you're ready. When you're ready. Port Harcourt is a developed city. Is a developed city in Rivers State. You have few tall buildings, but it has a population of about 4 million people. It has a population of about
4
4 million people.
million.
Yeah, 4 million people. So you have lots of oil companies here. You have Shell, you have ExxonMobil, you have Total, you have then the indigenous oil companies. You have Nest Oil. It's owned by a Nigerian too. You have Nest Oil. You have Belema Oil. There are lots of them. Lots of them. Lots of oil companies. Lots of oil companies. So it's a big place of opportunities. So much opportunities. So many opportunities.
Even when I was watching the Chow Fair, when we were watching the Chow Fair, when you were streaming it live, and that was such an amazing event. I'm so glad that BlaXit Family we helped to support and
Like if you check my
help
channel,
to.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, we're so glad. Like if you check my channel, there's one of the biggest food
Perspective on
festivals.
YouTube, everybody. I've had it streaming there. Perspective is his channel. I've had it streaming at the bottom of the page.
I've not been frequent, but I'll see. I have to dust my archives and start putting out my content because I have a whole lot of videos I made, but I've not started editing. So, but if you check my channel, I did a video about one of the biggest food festival. It's called Bole Festival. It's a food plantain, roasted yam, and fish. Very lovely with the sauce.
Boy,
So the number of people that came there were over. If you check my page, you see the people. Lots of. I did a video about it. Lots of people and all that. Different stands, different food stands, like Chow Fair, but much bigger than Chow Fair. They had over 10,000 people come there. Over 10,000 people come there. More than 100 vendors.
okay. Patricia said to check out Lagos Real Estate and ask for Bridget.
Look up Lekki Lagos Real Estate. Ask for.
So can you take a note of that? I'll take a screenshot. Hang on. Thanks, Patricia. You've got my details, so you can always WhatsApp it to me or put it in the private chat as well. But I'll just take a screenshot for you. Hang on. Oh, the camera's looking at me. I just WhatsApped it to you. So yeah, even real estate opportunities. And the thing is, a lot of people say a lot of stuff about Nigeria, but I heard so much great things from people who have been, and everyone says, Judith, if you go, you won't want to come back. And I'm
Food will
really,
keep
really
you here.
excited. I heard that Liberia is amazing as well. You
Yeah,
know what?
one
I've
thing
been
you like.
to. Also, I liked Guinea-Bissau. I like Sierra Leone. I love them all. In fact, Africa is just amazing. I want to say thank you to Antoinette Forbes for my super sticker, and thank you to anybody else who would like to give me a super sticker today. That would be amazing. We're gonna have an appeal coming out very shortly. Yeah, and so Africa, Nigeria now. Okay, so you've said that you've got the freedom, you've got the opportunity. Uh, what is it like in terms of the cost of living? Why you would choose Africa? What is it like cost effectively compared to, for example, I know you probably hasn't lived in the
Gambia.
UK, but I can give
It's
you
way
an
cheaper.
example I have. So I can tell
It's,
you like the cost of living in the UK, which is incredibly high.
it's way cheaper to live in Nigeria than to live in Gambia. Way cheaper. The food is cheaper. Housing
Eh?
is cheaper. Yes, it's cheaper to live in Nigeria. Okay, I'll say in Port Harcourt because Nigeria is a very big place. Nigeria has 36 states. So I'm talking from the southern part because that's where I live. I'm talking from the southern part, which is where Port Harcourt is. So coming from Port Harcourt is cheaper to live in Port Harcourt, food and house than to live in the Gambia. I was in Gambia. I stayed in Gambia for about 11 months, so I know. So it's cheaper to live in Gambia, to live in, in the southern part and to live in. So cost of living here, when it comes to food, um, you could get a plate of, let me see, I'm trying to analyze, like places in the Gambia, places like Senegambia, that's like the central part where you have, it's a tourist place now. You could get food for like 250 dollars, right? Which is how much in dollars? Which is how much in dollars? $50. That's about one, two, three,
Yeah,
four.
it's
That's
one
about
dollar.
$5. No, that's about $5
It's
now.
$1.
No, 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 no. Two fifty
How's 50
dollars.
Dalasi $5? 50 Dalasi is $1.
No, it's not. $1 is $50.
$1
Two
is 50
fifty dollars.
Dalasis.
Yes, I said
Huh?
$250. Yes.
Oh, 250. So I just had 50. Sorry, apologies.
250. $1 is about 52 or $53. So that's about five
Yeah.
dollars, right? For a meal. That's about $5 for a meal now. $250 in.
Where?
I'm looking at Senegambia. I'm
I eat
looking at
local.
huh?
I eat local. I get 50 Dalasi and 75 Dalasi foods.
Okay, so now no, I'm looking
I
at
go
like
to
a
Jake's
tourist
Cafe.
place like Senegambia. I'm looking like a tourist place like Senegambia. You're a local
Yeah,
now,
but
now.
you,
You
you
know,
like
you're
to go
not.
to tourist destinations. You want to eat like a local.
Wait, hold on now. You know, you've been in the Gambia for over 3 years, right? And
Yes.
right now, you can't be talking as someone from the UK anymore. You're a local now. So me, I'm talking as someone that just came into the Gambia that is just eating from a regular store, not in like Kadi Kadi. You know Kadi Kadi now,
Okay.
not in Kadi Kadi. Kadi Kadi, a plate of food there is like $100, right? Or $75.
75 Dalasi.
75. Have you eaten there before? Have you had some there before?
Of course, I eat there all the time.
Okay, so now I'm looking at a place like Tropicana, or a place like Salis 24 or Tropics, the big mall by Senegambia. There
Or black or white.
or black and white there, yeah, exactly. There you can see food there is from $250 upwards. So I'm just trying. So in Port Harcourt now, you could buy a place like Sally's 24, a place like Sally's 24, you could buy a meal there for it $150 or less, or $100. So it's cheaper. It's cheaper. So here you have a lot of varieties of food. Here, food is different food. I know when I started staying in the Gambia, I know the first 2 months was a big problem for me because I was having difficulties looking for locations where I could find good food. I tried some. There's a shop close to where I was staying, and they were selling fries. Is it fries, and fried chicken and fried fried chicken and rice. But the sauce I didn't really like, and then I got that for. It was like a local, like how you have, like how you have this mobile, like a mobile store. I got it for like 1,000. I got it for $125. It was about $125. That kind of food in Port Harcourt here, I'll get it for $50 or $75 or less.
So what I'm trying to say is that in England you can't even get a packet of chips. You can't get anything for that
Really?
money. So, comparatively speaking, let's say that Nigeria and Gambia is still cheaper than, your average place in Europe because I mean even in Europe they're trying that, when I heard about the bedroom tax, I just thought it was absolutely ludicrous. I hope Kwame is able to join us to talk about that. And then you've got the congestion charge, you've got the emissions charge, you've got the yellow lines, the red lines when parking, the parking fines. They've got any way to grab money out of you, they'll take money out of you.
It still happens till
Honestly,
now.
I remember I had to go for a prescription and the
It still happens till
prescription.
now. It still happens till now. You left the UK
Of
3 years
course.
ago. You left the UK 3 years ago, so it still happens till now.
Yes, in fact, it's even more. A friend of mine, Mr. P, said to me that there's even another kind of congestion charge. I forgot what it's called, a new one. And AA said it's even worse. What's the new congestion charge that they're putting around the A406 M25? But the cost of living in England is absolutely extortionate.
No, someone
Cost
just
of
saying,
fuel, even just to put fuel in your car. Now I can like fill my whole car, yeah, my whole tank, like for 2,000 and odd Delasses, yeah. And in England, I was spending like over £100 to fill my tank. I had a Range Rover there, and I have a Range Rover here. And yeah, it's much cheaper. Everything. I mean, all right, look at car insurance. I'll give you an example. Car insurance in England, I was paying like nearly £2,000 a year for my car insurance. Yeah, here
Mhm.
it's not even £100 for my car insurance.
Mhm.
And so, there are, like I said, other comparatives that you can make in terms of just life. The amount of money you spend on council tax and local taxes is incredible. It's just like I said, it's completely different, and there's no comparison. I mean, it's like you live to work. You literally live to work, and you work to live. And the difference is why Africa? Because you live and work if you choose to. Yeah, and you can do what you choose to. That's the difference. And people can say, okay, it's right for you, but what about the people in the village? And what about, you know what?
I
I
was going to
see people
comment.
living good life. They've got their
I was
mum's
going to comment.
compound.
I was going to comment.
Huh?
I was going to comment. Someone said
Right.
Olatunji said food is very expensive in Nigeria. The agricultural sector is not well developed. I don't know if this person has been to Gambia to see prices. In
I didn't hear
Nigeria,
you.
right? I know there are certain things that we still import. Our population is over 200 million.
Turn that down, please.
So,
A second.
so what we produce is not enough for the population we have. That's why we still import. So because of I would say it's really not expensive compared really like, when you say food, I don't know what are you talking about? Rice? Is it staple food, or is it normal packed food or processed food? So when you say it's very expensive, when I lived in Gambia, I know how much I was spending for food compared to Nigeria. It was really, really expensive because, of course, Gambia, most of the things in Gambia are not being grown there, it's being imported. Well, at least Nigeria has competition. You have a lot of commercial farmers. You have a lot of commercial farmers. You have competition. There's competition. So the prices can be it can be will I say it can be there's competition in the prices exactly. For Gambia, one person can be the only person importing something, and he will be the one to regulate the price. I remember when there was a problem. I'm sure it's most the cartel that do bakery, that do the yeah, is it bakery, yes. Most of them are not even Gambians. And most times they go on strike. When they go on strike, the prices increase. They go on strike for bread. The ones that
Yeah.
import flour, right? It's a cartel. So the prices increase. I know initially it was $7, increased to $10, increased to $15. I don't know how much is it now. It is now.
Tapalapa still $7. When
Tapalapa.
people stop buying, the price goes down.
Me, I don't eat tapala. It's the other one. The other one I buy.
Oh,
It's more like,
Senfo's $10.
yes,
But
exactly. Initially it
anyway,
was.
what I was about to say is that regardless of the comparison, it's still much cheaper than the UK and the US. We're arguing over pennies in a pound, but it's still much, much, much cheaper than England, and from my experience of being in America or in Europe. And so the comparison there, is huge compared to, I was paying £2.50 for a mango. Here I can get a whole bag of mangoes, a whole bag, a whole bag for £2.50 instead of just one. I can get a whole watermelon for the price that I used to pay for a slice. So it really is different. And so I think that basically, regardless of what we're saying, and I mean, there are people that will say, oh, but what about this? Oh, what about that? What about this? What about that? What about power outages? But you can go solar. I'm on solar, So power outages, every time I see Olutune, they talk about, this or that. But the thing is that now people are even discovering breadfruit and growing breadfruit as an alternative to rice and other staple foods, so they don't have to export food, and are growing their own foods. And there's so much we can learn from each other, especially some of the cultural exchanges between some of the people in the Caribbean and the foods from the Caribbean that were originally taken from Africa in the first place, that seem to have been, missing from the diet. And also things from Africa, because there are certain things here that they eat, like chen boom and so on. And I'm thinking, wow, this food is amazing. I never had it before. I don't know if you ever had chen boom and some of the other traditional dishes, which are amazing and very low cost, because a bag of chere is $10. So, like I said, it depends on where you eat. I eat local. So my food is cheap. I buy from my local market. My food is cheap. But if you live in like Senegambia and you buy around Senegambia, you want to go to Luna Lounge every night, of course it's going to be expensive, But, ultimately, I like to eat my own food. It's prepared in my own house. So it's low cost. So it's all about how you, will manipulate your budget, depending on exactly what it is you want to purchase. And I think that's how you purchase. If you buy a lot of exports, you're going to have a high food bill. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the foods that you're buying in the West, have preservatives. They're not, grown in those countries a lot of the time. So a lot of food that you're eating is exported food. They use colorants and pesticides. You're eating geo-engineered foods and products. You're not eating natural products. I've got an avocado tree in my backyard. I have guavas growing on my guava tree. I have soursaps growing on my soursap tree. I have pawpaws growing on my pawpaw tree. I have bananas trees that have given me like 5 suckers for new trees. So these are some of the things that you have an advantage of being in Africa. On top of that, the other advantage is I get my water from my borehole from the earth. The amount of money you spend on bottled water is amazing. The amount of money you spend on bottled, because I went drinking that reused toilet water. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, they tell me about how they treated it. And I don't even know if the bottled water was good or not. But you know what? I was drinking it and I didn't even like bathing in that water. My skin was ashy. Ashy. Yeah? So there's like even better quality water, when you're here. But I mean, what about career-wise? Because a lot of people are saying, Olatunde said there's high unemployment in Nigeria. That's one of the comments that I've just seen. But what about opportunities? Because there's also a lot of opportunities. And I love to watch Nollywood films, and there's always the big law firms. There's always, the big families with the big houses and everything. So, there seems also to be a lot of wealth in Nigeria. So tell us about some of the opportunities there that people can grasp, because often enough, coming from the West, we get addicted to saying, oh, we have to get a job. And we're not, made to be entrepreneurial, not made to go seek an opportunity and to develop a business. I mean, as a business developer myself, I know how important it is to develop your business, find your niche, and, go and get that business. I mean, I recently had a call from one of my BlaXit subscribers, and she bought some land in a place called Pirang. And I said to her, oh, wow. I said to her, that's amazing. I said, actually, I know the people that have the deal for an estate in Pirang. You can come and get a plot, and the plots there are like 35,000 dalasi. There were 35,000 dalasis each if you buy directly through the VDC, which is the Village Development Committee. And so she was like, are you joking me? And I said, no, of course not. I said, I'll give you the connection. You can go and get the plots directly, because I'm not actually marketing or doing anything. So you'd have to go directly, but I'll give you all the details. It's not a problem. And then she said to me, oh, but I have plots. And then she told me that she paid 150,000 each from another vlogger. Yeah. She paid 150. And I said, you know what? We've got to stop exploiting each other. And this is one of the things, which is bad about what we do, is that sometimes we go to another person's country and we say, yeah, we're coming here, we want to do good, but we're not. And so this other vlogger that was, selling the land, was selling the land at such extortionate prices. And that is, one of the things that also preclude us from coming. But this isn't, people that are Gambians. These are diasporans that have come here, from the Caribbean or where have you. So, this is not a good look. So we also have to be mindful about the impression that we're giving to Africans, and to Africa. So in saying that, when we do come to make opportunities, we shouldn't do it to exploit each other. We should do it to create a business which, will create a decent income without ripping each other off. So, I mean, what opportunities are there in Nigeria? Sorry, excuse my spiel, but I was a bit annoyed at that.
There are a lot of opportunities: real estate, agriculture, fintech, any value chain of any sector. There are opportunities. I can't really go into details to start telling you opportunities, because there are lots of opportunities. I'll just give you a little secret that there's number down here, which is you have a lot of persons. Like I said, where I'm staying, I have my River State is about 3.8 to 4 million people living here, and I'll give you another information about River State too. You have a company like Bolt. If you know Bolt, it's like Lyft, how you have in the UK, right? A company like Bolt came here and they are really successful. They're in Abuja, they're in Lagos, they're in almost 7 states in Nigeria. And a company like Uber, Uber, they just came in last year. They came in last year to River State. They came in last year. So they saw the opportunity, and this is like a um, you know the you know how large the company is in the US. They are operating around the world. They came in last year to River State. They came in last year to River State. So they saw the opportunity and they came in. So I cannot really start telling you here, but in every sector you could think of, there's an opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is that whether it's real estate, because there's always a shortage of homes no matter where you are. Yeah, that is just the human condition. Um, Also, there's going to be a program that I'm actually putting out. I'd love for you to all watch it, which was recently edited by KD, and that is the Trust Bank video, which will be coming out. I'll be putting out tomorrow. So please do watch that video. It's about how to open a bank account and also about African banks, because ultimately, we are making others rich because we're not investing in ourselves and we're not putting our money within our own countries, and we're not going and getting the opportunities because even African banks, yes, African banks have capital loan projects that will enable you to go and get investment in order to go and develop your projects, and they are here. The interest rate might be higher, but the opportunities are still here, because a lot of people don't realize that Africa has so much opportunity. I think I went on one bank website where they were having some opportunities for people to come and put their ideas together in order to look at eco and sustainable opportunities for eco projects. And that was amazing. And I really wanted to apply, but I obviously don't live in Nigeria. But, I really wanted to apply under a pyrolysis project because I am so hot on pyrolysis. If you're not aware of what pyrolysis is the breaking down, especially of these excess plastics that you find that haven't been recycled or upcycled or just thrown on the side of the road, but picking up all of that rubbish and upcycling it back into its former state, which is kerosene or petrol or diesel or some other plastic byproduct, and then reusing that. And so that's why I like pyrolysis, because it will stop a lot of the unnecessary, civil hygiene issues that we find in different African countries, also around the world, because it's in Asia, it's in China, it's everywhere. And recycling and upcycling is an issue because the world wasn't really ready, and many countries aren't ready for plastic. And the bio issues that are also relative to plastics. But one of the things about Nigeria is that I noticed that Nigeria is very good with the recycling. I saw one of the images that you actually sent me, KD, showing a recycling plant in Nigeria, which I couldn't believe.
There's a lady in Lagos. There's a lady in Lagos, Recycle, and she owns a recycling business, very big. It's like she has been covered by CNN in Lagos. You could check it, Recycle, WE. Let me see if I can find that. Recycle. Recyclers, yes, recyclers.
That is another business opportunity.
She's big. You could check recyclers. Olawale Adebeye, CEO. She's 9 years of industrial experience at a US Fortune 200 company. It's a very popular company in Lagos. They're into recycling. The same pyrolysis you're talking about. In Lagos, there are over 20 million people living in Lagos.
Wow.
20 million people. So
can you imagine that? That's more than London.
Yes. So all them SMEs, you have a business from your kitchen, you have a business in your house. So a lot of The business there, I'll say you can't imagine the number of businesses there in Lagos. There are over 20 million people there. So we cycler, just check that out now. We then cyclers. If you Google it, you check the company. There's a very huge company there in Lagos. There are a lot of
Yeah, I mean, the
opportunities.
thing is that there's nothing that you can't start and make. You can start small and upscale, and expand. And that's why I say white Africa, because the opportunities are here. White Africa, because why is it every other race is coming to Africa to exploit Africa except for us? We're not coming. And I'm not saying that we should exploit, but we should be coming to Africa to say, look, we're here, we have some expertise, we have some funds. Let's put our energy together and make it happen. This is what I'm saying, is that we can do this. And the thing is that, I was talking about bills, and I was telling you how depressed I used to get in England. And I mean depressed. I used to suffer from seasonal adjustment disorder. I don't know if anybody knows about it, but seasonal adjustment disorder happens especially around winter time, when it's dark in the morning, dark in the evening, it's dark, you don't have much sun, you don't have good weather, it's rainy, it's damp, it's cold, it's horrible. And the environment that you're living in, it's just diabolical. And you're going to work in an office with people who don't even really like you, and after you finish work, you have to go shopping in a supermarket with people who don't really like you, I remember once going shopping, and the alarm went off, and it was a trolley in front of me, and it wasn't actually my trolley, but I was the one that got pulled back like I was a thief, and I got so sick of being, followed around the supermarket, like, because you're black, you have to be a criminal. And the stereotypes and the discrimination and the racism is so abhorrent. And here, I don't have to worry about that. Yes, I'm not, born here, but I'm not made to feel as though, I'm hated here. And that is the difference. There is a big, big difference. Don't think that I haven't faced challenges. Of course you face challenges, and even sometimes you don't even understand why you face certain challenges. You don't even understand it. But it's not anywhere near on the Richter scale of what I faced whilst living in the UK. And they're the challenges that you face. I mean, before you even get your salary, so much money is taken from your salary before you even get it. You're taxed so much before you even get it. And then you're still taxed because you still have to pay your council tax. You still have to pay your value added VAT tax. You're still paying your national insurance tax. You're still paying your TV license tax. You're still paying your council tax. You're still paying your car tax. You're still paying every tax. And I mean, the thing is, hey, you can get a donkey and get a car and ride it. No road tax.
Or maybe her system has gone off. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay. I've been trying to get to. You're back on.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was about to close because I was trying to get to you, but you're here already, so let's hear you out.
So, BlaXit family, it's been a great discussion. I'm going to round up by saying, why Africa? I'm going to ask you perspective. You're in Africa, you're in Nigeria, you're in Port Harcourt. I'm going to ask you, why should people choose to come home? Why Africa?
Land of opportunities is a place where you're free from bills. It's a place where you're connected to nature, from the food, from the soil, from the ground. So right now, Africa is the best place to be right now. Nigeria is the best place to be right now. Port Harcourt is the best place to be right now. So,
You're a great ambassador. So, what I'd like to say is, why Africa? Because Africa is your land of your heritage, the land of your ancestors, the land of your culture, the land of your heritage. It is the land that our ancestors were taken from, and we have the right to return. This is our birthright. It is the land of abundance and prosperity. It is the land of natural beauty. It is the land of absolute agricultural opportunity. It is the land that you will feel at home in. It is the land where you are welcome with open arms. It is the land that you are returning to, that you have a right to have a piece of. And BlaXit can help you to find a repatriation plot to call your own. Yeah? We've been helping people to find plots for less than even $1,000. Some even just slightly more than $1,000. Yeah, some people have bought large plots, some people have bought small plots, but everybody's been able to get a plot. When we were first trying to do our repatriation lands, people were getting plots for $300. So you can do the same. This is what I'm saying to you. Come home, because you can be among your own people where you can feel comfortable. You can be around your own people who are your role models. They are your leaders. They are your teachers, your bank managers, your farmers, your business owners. They look like you. This is the reason to come home. Get your water from the ground in nature. Get your power from the sun. Build your house. Be mortgage free. Be debt free. You don't have to deal with racist idiots anymore and bigots anymore. You don't have to deal with people that hate you. Don't even want your existence here. That's why they enslaved your ancestors in the first place. And it's the same descendants that are there all around you. And they're the same ones that stop you from getting reparations. They're the same ones that don't care about what they did to you. They don't care about what happened in the past, and they certainly don't care now. So why Africa? Because you can come back to a place where you can call your own, which you can call home. Why Africa? Because the endless possibilities that are here are being taken out by the same oppressors and colonizers. And unless we come back and develop and invest for ourselves, the same thing's going to happen over and over and over again. Why Africa? Because it is our home. Why Africa? Because Africa is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Why Africa? Because Africa is seeded to the earth. You don't have to worry about earthquakes and so on and so forth and tectonic plates. Why Africa? Because you have the sun. Why Africa? Because you have the sea. You have an abundance of water. You have an abundance of greenery. You have an abundance of animals and nature. Why Africa? Because Africa is the right vibration, the right energy, the right feeling. Why Africa? Because this is a place of spiritual solitude and tranquility. Why Africa? Because it is a place of love and healing. And I could go on and on and on and on about Africa because I love Africa so much. So what will I say is this, yeah? I ask you to come home. I ask you to come visit. I ask you to come see. I ask you to come, come sit down, talk with me. I will help you in any which way that I'm able to, whether it's to establish your business, help you to get your residency card, help you to get your TIN number, help you to get your bank account, help you to get a piece of land, help you to build your house even, put a wall up on your land even. Whatever you need, we will try and help. But remember this, don't come to exploit, just come to live and enjoy and join your family and try and create a business that is going to benefit, the community and also benefit yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't make a profit, but what I am saying, not at someone else's expense. So, no harm to others. So listen, you've been a great guest, Perspective. I want to thank you for helping with all of the projects on BlaXit, especially the editing, the droning. Everybody's been seeing a lot of your editing and production, which has been absolutely phenomenal. And so, I always have to give thanks, because, you work incredibly hard to make sure that we have content. And I really do appreciate that. And I'm talking on behalf of all of the BlaXit team. We appreciate you over there in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt, working hard, delivering for BlaXit. And so I just want BlaXit family to know that Perspective came on board and helped BlaXit and didn't even want a penny. He just came to help because he believed in the cause. So, you don't meet many people like that in this day and age. So I just want to say a big special thank you to you, Perspective, KD, on, your great ethics and your support. And it just goes to show that people can be so wrong when they want to misjudge people and create stereotypes about people based on where they're born or where they're from. I want to say hello to some special BlaXit subscribers before I go, and that is Ras Coco Man Official, Ebony Sweetness, Abdiram Dahir, Patricia, and of course Kwame, who's always there, diehard BlaXit family. And of course, thank you to our lovely Antoinette Forbes for the super sticker. I'd just like to say to anybody else with any questions, you can ask me anything, and you can email me at info@blaxithome.com, and you can get any information you want there. If you'd like to continue to support BlaXit, you can via BlaXit at Patreon. That's BLAXIT via Patreon. You become a lifetime supporter, or you can just give a one-off donation, or you can do that via PayPal, also using an email address, botconnective@yahoo.com. I'd like to thank you for watching our program, subscribing to our programs, and supporting our programs. Also like to say a big thank you to Daily Motivations for the TikTok with the 2.6 million views. That was amazing. Glad to see that people actually took notice of what I had to say. So I appreciate that. It's for a modest person like me, it's very, very inspiring to know that people actually have an interest in what I'm talking about. So we are all Pan-African, like you said, Ras, and it's important that we realize that Africa is born in us, all of us. And the beat of the drum, the fire, the mangoes, the life, the cocoa yam, the bole, it's there for all of us. So yeah, thanks once again, Perspective, for joining. I would like to say thank you to Milton also, who was our guest previously, and thank you for your contributions to everybody today. It's been an amazing live, and it's a shame that I had some issues with the stream, issues with sound, issues with the computer, But don't worry, I am going to get a brand new computer because it seems like I'm having problems with both of the computers that I have. And so I'd just like to thank Antoinette Forbes because your cash donation will go towards helping us to get a new machine. So thanks very much, BlaXit, once again, for all your help and support. And to all of the BlaXit team, thank you, Seth, for your technical support. Thank you, Cavray, for your encouragement as ever and always. So I'll see you, BlaXit family, on the side. Black power every time, black power. Thank you. Be quiet because the broadcast is still live.